The scent of dinner cooking, the sound of your children laughing, or perhaps just the quiet calm of your living room after a long day. These are the moments we cherish, the fragments that make up our personal lives. Yet, for so many of us, there's an invisible guest that often crashes these moments, the lingering echo of our workday. That meeting that didn't go as planned, the email that still needs a reply, the looming deadline. It's the persistent hum of work stress, and it can feel almost impossible to switch off. You might find yourself physically at home, but mentally you're still clocking in hours, replaying conversations or worrying about tomorrow's tasks. This pervasive issue isn't just an inconvenience, it's a significant drain on our well-being, our relationships, and ultimately our ability to truly recover and thrive. It's a challenge that individuals, employers, and mental health professionals are increasingly focused on, recognizing its profound impact on both our personal lives and our professional productivity. But what if you could leave that mental work backpack at the office door? What if you could consciously, effectively, and consistently disentangle yourself from work demands, allowing your mind and body to truly rest and recharge? Today, we're going to explore practical, evidence-informed strategies to help you just that. Stop carrying work stress home. This isn't about avoiding responsibility. It's about mastering the art of mental and emotional detachment, a vital skill for sustainable well-being in our fast-paced world. Our journey begins with understanding the core mechanisms of detachment. It's not magic. It's a psychological process that, with practice, becomes second nature. Think of it as creating a mental and emotional boundary, a clear line in the sand between your professional self and your personal self. The first foundational step is establishing clear boundaries and separation. This isn't just about turning off your computer. It's about a holistic approach to defining where work ends and life begins. This means setting and adhering to specific work hours. If your workday ends at 5 p.m., make a conscious effort to stop engaging with work-related communications after that time. This might involve muting work notifications on your phone or even placing your work device out of sight once you've signed off. Creating a dedicated physical workspace, if possible, is another powerful tool. When you leave that space, you're symbolically leaving work behind. For those working remotely, this might mean tidying your home office or even just covering your laptop at the end of the day. And don't underestimate the power of symbolic actions. Changing out of your work clothes into something more comfortable, for instance, signals a transition to your brain. It's a simple yet effective way to mark the shift from one role to another. Beyond physical boundaries, we delve into the psychological process of detachment and recovery. This isn't merely taking a break. It's the mental and emotional disengagement from work-related thoughts and feelings once the workday is done. Research by experts like Sabine Sonnentag highlights how crucial this psychological recovery is for preventing burnout and maintaining overall health. So how do we achieve this mental letting go? Mindfulness and presence play a significant role. When you find your mind replaying a work scenario, simple techniques like mindful breathing can help. Just a few deep breaths, focusing on the sensation of air entering and leaving your body, can act as a gentle anchor, pulling you back to the present moment and away from the mental pull of the office. Engaging fully in non-work activities, whether it's playing with your pet, cooking, or reading a book, also fosters this presence, redirecting your mental energy. This leads us naturally to self-care, which is often misunderstood as an indulgence, but is in fact a critical component of stress reduction and mental resilience. Prioritizing adequate sleep, nourishing your body with healthy food, and engaging in regular exercise are not optional extras. They're fundamental building blocks for managing stress. Don't forget the power of hobbies and social connections either. These activities aren't just enjoyable. They're vital outlets that provide different forms of stimulation and satisfaction, helping to dilute the intensity of work-related thoughts. Now, let's talk about end-of-day rituals or transition strategies. These consistent routines at the close of your workday act as a mental off switch. Think of Cal Newport's concept of a shutdown complete strategy. This involves taking a few moments before logging off to tidy your workspace, make a brief to-do list for the next day, and then, crucially, mentally declaring that work is complete until tomorrow. It's a deliberate signal to your brain that the workday has officially concluded. For some, this ritual might be a specific activity during their commute, listening to a particular podcast, calling a friend, or simply observing the scenery. For others, it might be a quick stretch, a moment of meditation, or preparing a healthy snack right after arriving home. The key is consistency, creating a habit that your brain associates with the end of work. A significant contributor to carrying stress home is the feeling of being overwhelmed. This brings us to time management and prioritization. While it might seem counterintuitive to plan more when you're stressed, effective organization and prioritizing tasks can dramatically reduce that feeling of burden. Avoiding procrastination by breaking down large tasks into smaller, manageable steps can prevent the snowball effect of stress that often spills over into our personal time. Utilizing simple planning tools, even a notepad, can offload mental burdens and give you a clearer sense of control. Of course, we can't ignore the broader context in which we operate. The impact of technology is undeniable. The always-on nature of modern tools with constant notifications and easy access to work has significantly blurred the lines between work and home. This makes individual detachment efforts harder. We're often expected to be constantly available, leading to the ongoing debate between work-life balance and work-life integration. While integration can offer flexibility, it carries the risk of increased burnout if boundaries aren't meticulously managed. This brings us to the crucial discussion of individual versus organizational responsibility. While we focused on individual strategies, it's also important to acknowledge that employers bear a responsibility to manage psychosocial risks, offer flexible arrangements, and foster a supportive culture that genuinely prioritizes employee well-being. Organizations like the World Health Organization and OSHA emphasize this shared duty. Openly discussing your workload with supervisors and setting clear expectations with colleagues are important forms of communication that can alleviate undue pressure. And sometimes seeking professional therapy or leveraging personal support networks becomes vital when stress feels unmanageable. So, how do we navigate this complex landscape? It's a blend of proactive personal strategies and advocating for healthier workplace cultures. To recap, stopping work stress from infiltrating your home life isn't about ignoring your responsibilities. It's about cultivating deliberate practices, establishing clear boundaries, both physical and temporal, engaging in psychological detachment and recovery activities, embracing mindfulness, prioritizing self-care, creating powerful end-of-day rituals, and mastering effective time management.
It won't happen overnight, and there will be days when the mental backpack feels heavier than usual. But by consistently applying these strategies, you are actively training your mind to switch gears, allowing for true rest and presence in your personal life. Remember, genuine recovery isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for sustained performance, creativity, and most importantly, for your overall happiness and well-being.